Hello, my name is Sean Fernando.
And I'm Alexa Lewis.
And you're watching The Rant. Welcome to The Rant. This is our last episode of our 5-episode series. I want to say, first of all, you know what? Actually, it's been really awesome. I want to thank you so much, Alexa, for signing on to the project and making this
Thank you.
so
I
awesome.
would not have had it any other way.
So I figured for the last episode, we should kind of talk about ourselves a bit and a bit about our journey and kind of what...
Oh, you want to talk about ourselves, eh?
We always talk about ourselves. This is no different than the rest of our life. But we're going to start off with something we both did. You did 2 of these, and that is internships.
Yes.
And whether or not they're important, valid, and if they should be paid or not. What do you think?
Well, guess what? I did 2 internships and none of them are paid. However, I am more than happy to do them because they're giving you the experience that you need, especially in the field that we're going into. Media, journalism, radio, you need it.
Yeah.
You are not going to get hired without all the experience. However, I do believe you should be getting paid because technically you're doing the job of someone who would be getting paid.
Yeah, I heard
Or
it from
more.
a professor, actually, or more, actually.
Yeah.
I heard it from a professor a couple years ago who said, all my interns are paid because I believe everyone's time has value to it.
I love that.
And it's...
As long as more people should look at it like that.
I wish people would. I mean, you know, you're right, though. Sometimes we do, as interns, more work than some people who are hired for the company.
Yeah.
Do you want to name drop your internships, or do you want to keep it a lowdown for now?
We're just going to keep it safe.
Okay. Well, you know what? Me too. I'm not going to lie. But I had a great time on my internship. I did a lot of really cool things, but I didn't get paid anything. And I feel that I was always on. I always had my phone with me.
Yes.
It was always exploding with like, hey, can you do this? Can you do this?
Oh,
can you
of
do
course.
This? So I didn't have time. I was really stressed and tired. So I feel like they are important. They need to exist because when you go for a job interview or application, you're filling it out and it says, do you have any previous job experience from this? And you don't. It's like, what do you say?
I know. Honestly, internships are great. However, one article that I did read in the Toronto Star recently really got me upset. It said that internships are only for rich kids. It's for the people who don't need to get paid, don't need to worry about paying their rent, don't need to worry about putting gas in their car, and they just get the experience.
Right.
And that's so stupid. I mean, if I was living downtown and I had to pay my own everything, there was no way I could have been working for free. I would need to have a job that paid.
Yeah. And I know I had to keep a balance of a job and my internship. It was hard. I'm really poor right now.
Right.
But one thing I did learn from my internship that, you know, is kind of valuable is I actually don't want to get into media, to be completely honest with you. I want to get into performing, and that's what I discovered by doing all this.
And that's what we have to thank our internships for giving us the real life experience. And we're not getting paid in money, but we're getting paid in all of other things, meeting people and learning different things.
Just the skills you gain enough are worth the money you lose, I guess.
So we're not knocking internships, but you should reconsider paying us.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
But on that note, we want to talk about our dreams versus our education. We're coming to a point where it's like, okay, we're leaving school. There's something in our brains that's telling us, you know, I studied for X amount of years doing this, but I really want to do this. What do you go for?
Well, my personal opinion, I'm all about being positive and happy. Follow your dreams. You will not be happy if you don't. You're not going to want to go to work from 9 to 5 every day if you're not doing something you love, and you're not going to succeed. So I think you should follow your dreams, and if in the long run you understand, you kind of accept the fact that, hey, I'm not going to make a living out of this, maybe make your dream your hobby and go for whatever you studied. If whether it be finance or law or anything, just go for that.
But I also believe that if you work hard at it and you really push, that it'll come. When I did as part of Emerge, which is the magazine we're doing all this for.
Right.
We did the a Cirque du Soleil documentary where we got to go backstage and interview a bunch of artists and
which you must have loved.
Fantastic.
Yes.
That's a whole other story on its own.
Yeah.
But one of the artists we talked to said, you know, if you are passionate and you're a performer, just go for it and do it and perfect your art because the money and the experiences will be there if you go for it.
100%.
And I strongly believe that, you know what, that's the case. And I kind of wish people gave me that advice when I was younger, just to really keep going at because I love to perform, I love to sing. That's been on the back burner for many, many years.
Yeah, and there's no reason you should ignore that.
No, exactly though, right? But I think we're getting into a point where we're kind of understanding, yep, that's what we have to do. But if you can go back in time and give your 5-year-old and 15-year-old self advice, what would you tell them?
I would 100% stress to myself is do what you want to do. Don't worry about anything else. Be safe, but dance your own dance. Create your own steps. Don't try to be someone else. I mean, 15-year-old self is a little different than 5-year-old self.
Yeah.
5-year-old self, I'd say play more. But 15-year-old self, I would be follow your dreams and don't worry about anything else because everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Now, Sean, you probably have something magnificent to say. What would you say to your 5-year-old or 15-year-old self?
5-year-old self, I tell myself to go and play outside more.
Okay, outside.
And because, I mean, now, I'm not going to lie, I mean, I'm struggling with weight issues and I want to lose weight. And it's harder as you get
Because
older.
you sit on the couch.
Well, really, though.
Or you sit
When
on
I
the
was around
computer.
like 6 or 7, that's when I discovered the television.
Right.
And I literally sat there and watched TV, and that became my life for the rest of my life.
And
right?
your 15-year-old self?
15-year-old self, I tell myself to listen. There are things you love
Yes.
inside, whether that be, I love to sing and dance and act, but if it's cooking, if it's teaching, if it's, going and helping the world, being a humanitarian,
Do it.
go and do it, because when you turn 20, 30, 40, 60, whatever,
Yeah.
you're going to regret not doing it before. And I do regret it now, not kind of starting earlier and perfecting my craft, because now I have to
agree.
kind of catch up.
Live
So-
your life and take advantage of your 20s. Take advantage of your teens.
Take advantage of any age you are at. As long as you're alive on this earth and you have, some time to kick around,
Yeah.
do it.
Honestly, that was a very positive note to end on.
Yeah. And for The Rant, I'm Sean Fernando.
And I'm Alexa Lewis.
And I hope you really enjoyed our series. Hope to see you soon.
Thank you.